We know the holiday season is now underway and it's an exciting time, but it can be very stressful. In fact, according to the American Heart Association, more people die from heart attacks during the last week of December than any other time of the year, and we want to help change that. Joining us now in our studio is interventional cardiologist Dr. David Luke with Vital Heart and Vein. And Dr. Luke, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. First and foremost, we just heard the statistic about people dying from heart attacks during that final week of December. Why do you think that's happening?
Yeah, well, what that study showed was in this Christmas and New Year's time, there's a almost 5% increase in cardiovascular death, and I think it's a really multifactorial thing. You know, this can be a really stressful time for people. You know, there's a lot of loneliness, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of you know, just things going on. Additionally, there's been a lot of new research showing that respiratory viruses like flu can actually increase the incidence of heart attacks by 6 to 16-fold.
Goodness, that's scary to think of, but there are ways in which we can hopefully prevent some of these things. I know some people have getting their hearts checked out. For instance, we mentioned about Mattress Mac from Gallery Furniture, friend to our show. He's actually having a procedure in the next hour or so to take care of his heart, one of his valves, and people do things like that, which is good. Can you explain just briefly what kind of valve surgery he is getting? Because we just mentioned it.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, he has a problem with his mitral valve, which is the valve, the heart has 4 valves, and this valve regulates the blood returning from the lungs and entering the heart, which eventually get pumped to your body, right? And if this valve is not functioning well, then patients can feel really short of breath, your lungs can fill with fluid, and can make it really difficult for you to live your life. And so what he's going to have is they're going to basically open up his heart and replace that valve with a prosthetic valve.
Wow, that's impressive. But it was recognized because he did what he's supposed to do, go to the doctor, get checkups, which you recommend all the time. Now, during this time, as people are stressing out, what are some other things that people can do to relieve some of that stress or alleviate it and not have to deal with, sadly, heart attacks and things of that nature during the holiday season as well?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of things that can be done to help reduce the chance of heart attacks. I think the #1 thing is, you know, getting in to see a cardiologist. I think it's never too early to see a doctor. There's a lot of things we can do with regards to cholesterol management, diabetes management, and other you know, imaging tools that we can use to assess your risk for cardiovascular disease, and then make a plan to help reduce your chances of having a heart attack.
Definitely, and on top of the stress, be mindful, everyone, what you're eating during this holiday season. And overeating, that can cause some problems and stress on your overall system too, right?
Certainly, certainly. You know, we love the holiday foods, but around this time is kind of a lot of the no-no foods, which would be high salt foods, high fat foods, and high carbohydrates. So, you know, obviously we want to live our life, but if we can try to limit those as best as we can, I think that will go a long way as well.
And I'm going to admit, sometimes I kind of slack off on the exercising during the holiday season. Would you consider or recommend that this is the best time to continue whatever exercise plan you're on and remain consistent, as opposed to just kind of slacking off and just eating everything you can and watch TV and all the holiday movies?
Yeah, 100%. You know, we recommend at least 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, and I think it has a number of benefits. 1, it helps prevent heart attacks. 2, it is an early warning system, because if you start to feel symptoms when you're exercising, there's probably something wrong with your heart. So this is probably, more than any other time in the year, probably the best time to keep exercising.
I love that. Now, where can we get more information from either you, or to get more heart healthy tips from you as well?
Yeah, I think that, you know, if you don't already have a cardiologist, we're always happy to see you in our office. And if you need a recommendation, you know, you can always go to your primary care doctor to get a referral to a cardiologist.
I appreciate that. Dr. Luke, thank you so much. He's going to be back a little bit later in our show to tell us more. And also, just a reminder, everyone, when it comes to heart health, stick around, because we've got a lot more to talk about on this topic. As I mentioned, he's going to be back in our next hour to tell us more about your risk of a heart attack and what you can do to reduce your chances in the future as well. Thank you so much. We'll see you in our next hour as well. Let's turn it over to Jonathan, talking about